Reality. Reality receipts.
Oh no.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We're back to talk about Love Island Games, Season 2, Episode 7, and also talk about The Real Housewives of London, Season 1, Episode 6. So before we get into those, got any receipt reports today?
No, just people being in denial about Louis having a baby. Like the comments are going so crazy, you guys. Like they're like, his baby mama didn't post that. Like Chris Brown posted that. I'm like, okay, she still reposted it. It came from her story. Like, why would I try and pin off Chris Brown's famous public to post as her post? Like clearly there's a guy emoji in it. And it's like people are so dense. I said these were in her story instead of said she
Yeah.
posted these. Like everything's obviously a repost. But people just in an uproar have their panties in a bunch. I don't know why it's so hard to believe that Louis Russell has a baby. Like it's just not
Mm-hmm.
it's not tea. Like, I mean, it's not like every people have babies every day. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
sure why people have their panties in a twist about it. But yeah, just that.
I know people are focusing on the wrong part of your story because, there's a picture of him with the baby and all of this other information, but they're like, that's Chris Brown's quote. That's not her quote. But if you see the quotes that Ricky shared, none of them were her own words. She was just resharing quotes, which of course could mean nothing. But usually when people share quotes in their stories, that's subliminals, right? You're trying to tell people things. And that one that Chris Brown did that she reposted was really not even about Louis that much. It was about friends, right? Like watch your friends. So the other ones I thought were more telling, like God's got us and that sort of thing. So yeah, they're just trying to find anything to discredit the story, but I really don't understand why. They just need to accept it and it's true, and we'll find out more, I'm sure, of what's happening, if he's being a good dad, if he's not. It's obviously doesn't feel that way, but he did go to London, so we felt like that was positive. That was a good sign that he's doing his dad thing. So who knows?
Yes, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's what's going on over there. That and all the death threats,
Yeah.
from what is
Yeah.
it? The
We
army of loyal followers.
her followers are very loyal, which that is so good for her. But like you said, it is hard to think about if Shelley or Olandria or anyone else from the cast had a child that they didn't seem to ever be home with, people would be in uproar. Or if Nick or Ace or someone else had a baby and they were pretending they didn't, they would be in an uproar. But her fans are like, they can do no wrong. So, which I get. When you love someone, you're like trying to justify everything in your head,
I get
right?
it, because Justin Timberlake can do no wrong in my eyes. I don't care how many times everyone tries to cancel him. I'm like, nope, I don't care. He didn't do it. Leave him alone. Like, you know what I mean? So I get it. I get it.
Exactly. Everyone needs those loyal fans that are going to be there for them even when things are going wrong. And Huda has a lot of them, millions and millions. So it doesn't matter. At this point, it could come out anything and they would love her. So we're
Yeah.
just here to give the tea and spill the facts. So that's what we did. And yeah, it's risky to talk about Huda because you put yourself in the line of fire then. So
Literally. Literally.
she
I
really
didn't even
shouldn't
talk
date.
about her. I was about Louis.
I
Like,
was going to say, like,
I think
maybe she's.
they're the same person. Like,
And yeah, maybe if they weren't dating each other, people wouldn't really be talking. But of course, that's what they want. So when people say, like, leave people alone, they want to be private. Nobody that goes on Love Island wants to be private. So that's just
we
silly.
all know Louis Russell. The last thing he wants to be is private. He's an international superstar at this point on
Hmm.
promoting his Spotify and his song.
Yes, like we said, his post that he's dating Huda got him over 1 million followers. And immediately he said, make sure you're following my Spotify because I'm releasing more songs soon. So it's all coming up roses for Louis. So
Yep.
are you a fan of his music? Do you like that?
No, I think it sucks. Like, and I'm not even saying that to be a hater. And people before he was with Huda did not like that song. Like they were like, "Oh my god, it sucks." And I think it sucks. So maybe,
Hmm.
you know, If he has some
Yeah, I
new stuff
do.
come out, maybe it'll be good. And, you know, Hoda's a singer, so maybe they'll do, like, a duet.
Yeah. Yeah, now she is a really good singer,
Yeah.
right? We
Mhm.
can't deny that. So she should be the one with the Spotify, maybe not him. But yeah, maybe they'll start a band together or something. Because
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure all of her fans will be tuning into his music because it'll be about her. So
Yeah.
it's very
Mhm.
smart of him to do
They
that. So
call themselves Luda.
I love it. We're doing them business ideas. That yeah, they should do a duet, but maybe in like a year. I hope she waits to just make sure it's all gonna pan out first, because I think he would be insane to mess this up at this point. So I'm sure he will behave himself. So
Yeah,
he can't.
absolutely.
He can only go down from Huda. So I don't
Yeah,
think.
I mean, I just think that, like, her fans are so, like, you know, like, they I don't understand, like, why they're upset at us for us, like, people who say, "Hmm, like, we're not really sure of Louis' intentions," like, considering his reputation. Like, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, everybody loved Chris until he wouldn't walk her across the water, and then he became a problem. And
Yeah.
then now it's like Louis been a problem, so what's wrong with people, like, not really liking them?
Yeah, I feel like if they are her true fans and want the best for her, they'd be a little cautious, especially with what we saw from season 6 and the Kenny of it all. So it's okay to be cautious, but
Yeah.
she doesn't give like cautious in love. So I don't
Yeah.
think that's her MO. So all we can do is just see what happens. And it might
Yeah.
take years, as we saw with Kenny and Janae. So,
Yeah.
like we said, we're not trusting any of these men anymore, which is sad because not everybody is a Kenny. So not everybody should be held to that standard. But he's definitely made us all more weary because coming off Love Island, the bag is so big, it's hard it would be really hard to not fake it for that, right? Like, to do
And
whatever
he
you have to do.
already said on that podcast, Ashley, or that live, he already said that he feels like he did the wrong show. Like, so you
Mhm,
feel like you did the wrong show and you should have done Love Island. And
mhm.
now you're like, how can I get in on this Love Island success? And he found his way in. He's a smart kid. Like, you call him
Yeah,
what you want, but he's not dumb. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Like, very few people be like Harry Jowsey and Chloe Beach, like, very few people are really able to ride the reality TV wave and, like, turn it into something completely different.
mhm.
Obviously, Leah and Miguel have been able to do that, and Louis Russell is doing that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, call him what you want, but he ain't stupid.
No, he's very smart, very good business decisions, and if
Mhm.
he is genuinely in love with Huda and they stay together forever, then damn, like, they got it all, right? He got all the money and her, so hopefully it works out, but
Yeah.
anyway, should we get into Love Island Games, episode
Yeah.
7?
Yes.
Started out with Kendall and Lucinda having a little chat, so did this change your mind about Kendall a bit? Because it was a sweet
Yes.
little
I
chat, yeah.
literally wrote the first thing I have written down is Kendall is so cute and supportive.
Yeah,
I'm liking him more.
mhm. And I did see some comments being like Kendall's trying to go for Lucinda, but I don't think that's what that was at
I don't
all.
think that
He
was either, but I did right underneath that have Lucinda seems like Kendall's type.
yeah, I he was speaking to her with like quite an ease and like yeah, I could see like he did seem attracted to her maybe, but also he said Mert was his best friend in the villa. So I think that's why he was talking to her, not necessarily like, "Oh, let me get my chance here because
Yeah,
Mert's gone."
I
Did
didn't
you
get a
think it was
flirty energy at all.
no, did you think it was weird that Mert was his best friend in the villa? I
I think it's weird that anybody's best friend when it's been 4 4
I
4
get that. Well, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, I would have thought Kendall would, like, gravitate towards Chris and all the more recent people, have more in common with them versus Mert with the language, barrier. So I was kinda just wondering, like, if Chris and some of the other guys are not feeling Kendall, but they haven't showed him much, so I don't know what
Yeah,
it is,
we got
but
a little bit more of him this episode, so
mhm,
I will say I was pleased. I was like, "Oh," like, because I think on his season, we see him be so messy and kinda two-faced with the girls, so it's nice to see him be supportive and also this episode made me feel like he likes Garby, like, for real, for real.
mhm.
So,
Yeah, they do
nice
seem like we
transition.
saw them making out in the dark in the bed, so I'm still weary of him, but I don't know. He did
Yeah, he's growing on me, though.
yeah,
He's
he
growing
did Okay, I have to ask you, what the hell is a digi date? Did you see the stupid songs they were playing in this episode?
No, but I'm
Okay.
guessing DigiDate is a virtual date.
But, like, why would that song be playing on this? There's no virtual dating
I
going on.
literally didn't even hear it.
Do you watch with the captions on or no?
No.
See, I don't even think I had my captions on, but for some reason it was, like, writing out the lyrics of the songs, and it was
Mm,
very distracting because it was a weird ass song about it kept talking about a digi date, and it was like, "Reboot me," and it was very robot sexual.
no. Uh-uh.
Okay, I thought I was the only one that noticed, maybe I was, but if you are
What's
listening and you
so
saw
crazy
that.
is that NSYNC has a song called Digital Get Down, and it is about
Yes, I rem
digitally getting down, but it's like
yeah.
before there was FaceTime. So it's
Right?
like when you would digitally get down on like your Skype call, I guess.
Some
This
Zoom
is before
sexting.
FaceTime. Yeah, like some Zoom. I think it's before Zoom and it was before FaceTime. So whatever
Yeah.
digital platform they had back then, it was called Digital Get Down. And it's like
Wasn't
about
there a song with Justin and, like, 50 Cent too that was, like, about that? There was, like, another digital one, I swear that Justin was on, but it wasn't called that.
maybe.
I'll have to look it up, but yeah, it was, like, one of those budget songs, though, that they usually do on Netflix reality shows, where they're, like, singing describes what's happening in the scene, which Love Island usually has good music, so they're a little bit, like, skimping on the music budget on this one,
Yeah,
but
they put the budget into the prize fund.
yeah, they're like, "You're getting some fake songs, but you get more money for the prize," which I'm sure the cast members appreciate. They don't care about the damn songs, so
Yeah.
yeah, so what about Chris checking on Nicola? That was so cute. She was so happy. I really hope he's
Yes.
genuine.
Yes, I have that yeah, I don't know if he's genuine. I think Nicola is so sweet. We got to see a lot more of her personality this
Mhm,
episode, but I don't know. She was geeked about it.
mhm, she was so happy. Tyreek and Toby's conversation, like the announcer said, I couldn't understand a word they were saying in their UK slang, but
Yeah, I would literally, it took me such a second. I was like, "Who's Toby?" Like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? But, like, he's not really sticking out to me. I did one thing that happened before their conversation is Johnny and Andreina had a conversation, and all I could think about is Johnny's nails. They were so manicured and
Oh,
glossy,
really?
shiny, and clean. Yes.
Oh, damn.
They were just leaving in the sun. Also, I really hate how they kiss. Like, I really hate how Andreina kisses.
There's a lot of, like, trying to swallow each other's head going on,
Yeah.
and I fast forwarded through that part. As soon as they
Yeah.
start kissing, I'm like, "I can't."
Yeah, I really don't like how they kiss, but yeah.
Yeah, they do seem to be liking each other, though. I don't well, so
No, because
far.
why did Johnny say to Tyreek, of all people, like, "It seems like we're not gonna win this thing unless I carry her."
Mhm, mhm.
And Tyreek's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro, like, you have to stop kissing her." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
She did well in that challenge, and I think that that sucks that nobody's giving her credit.
Yeah, I don't understand. She lost 1 challenge so far, right? Like,
Well, 2 now after tonight's challenge, but
oh, yeah. But, yeah, the duel I mean, I guess because she just did so poorly in the duel against Lucinda that they just totally discredit her. And all of the competitions are not gonna be that way, like, so I don't know why they.
yeah, but I do find it interesting that in the heart rate challenge, which of course we all know the heart rate challenge, the people who go in the beginning are more likely to get people's heart rate up because it's out of excitement, it's out of nerves, because
Mhm.
she's sexy as and she didn't get no
Yeah.
one's heart rate up.
Yeah. I don't think it has much to do with how sexy someone is, right? I think it's nerves or, like, awkwardness. It can be anything. It's not necessarily, like, highest heart rate, most sexy. So it is kind of a silly challenge, but
Yeah, and the people who go first, I feel like have an advantage.
yeah. It's much different on this show, right? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like on Love Island, the heart rate challenge is very sexy and gets very wild, and this felt very goofy and
It
silly and
felt
awkward.
so goofy. Barbie and Kendall's was so bad, like, it was almost like a skit. Like, I was like,
Yeah. They said it was like a Hollywood play or something, I
Yeah,
think
this
Josh
is
said.
not gonna get my heart rate up one bit. Like, it
No.
was just not good. What did you think of Nicola and Chris's chat? Because she did pull him for a chat.
That's where I start to feel like maybe he's not that genuine because he did, but I also think he just doesn't wanna step on KK's toes because I think he does like her, and he knows, like, however he is with Nicola will probably get back to her, right? And so he was cute with her, like, teaching him the Maltese a little bit, but I don't know. Did you feel like he was feeling her?
The only thing that stuck out to me was him being like, "What would you buy me for Christmas?" Like, "What the fuck would
Yeah,
you buy me for
that's
Christmas, bitch?"
so weird. Yeah, that was really weird. He should have been saying, like, what I would get you for
Yeah, and
Christmas, but
maybe you know what? Maybe they did have that talk too, and it was cut out.
mhm.
The production likes to do that, but I just was like,
Yeah, didn't he say something in this episode again where he was like, "I could be somewhere else?" Like, I just remember clocking that he said it again, like, not
"Oh,
all I could be
shit."
playing ball overseas, but he was basically like, "I could not be here again," and I'm like, "Why is he always acting like he's not interested in being on
Or
these
got
shows?"
better things to do. Like,
Yeah,
we no, you don't.
we
So it's
know
okay.
once you're on your second reality show, we know you wanna be here. We know you wanna be here the most out of everybody, so just accept it. Just
Right.
admit it.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. So what did you think of Justine sharing a little snog with Josh?
I found that very shocking. Well, we didn't see it, right? They said it was under the
It was in
covers?
bed under the covers. Yeah.
It's so hard because obviously they're both really good gamers. They're very smart. They've been on these shows before. I'm like, were they just under the covers being like, we could pretend to be a couple and win this whole damn thing? Because I don't know. I just don't see any chemistry there, and they've been friends for a while. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's so hard because they are so smart on their second time around, right? They know how to play to the audience. They have a harder time being genuine because like I said last time, they know that America, if they know you're in a couple, like a friendship couple, they will vote you out over a couple that's really bonding, right? So
Mhm.
it feels a little calculated. Like they don't want to be walking around saying, "Oh, we're just a friend couple. We're not feeling each other," because then they're gonna go home, right?
Yeah.
So, but do you think? I mean, apparently he is her type, right? That's what everyone was saying in our comments that that's her usual type.
Yeah. I think she has gone. I mean, I don't know what her usual type is because I just know that she dated who dated last season on Love Island Games, but I didn't watch her season of Love Island, so I don't know who she won with. But I mean,
I watched it and I can't even remember. So, but someone said she had another boyfriend for a few years that looked like Josh, or I don't know. So it's hard to say because someone might have a type, but that doesn't mean that's the only person they're gonna date forever, right? So,
right. I do think Josh telling Andrea is like I guess, reaction that I expected when Andreina told when Johnny and Andre I mean, Tyreek and Andreina, I thought that that's how that chat was gonna go. Like, you kiss someone, I kiss someone, we're even. Woo! I'm
yeah.
glad because I was feeling bad. Like, Andrea's really unproblematic. Like, I think I'm
Mhm.
glad she's getting a redemption. I mean, she's in the bottom again, but we'll get
Mhm.
there because I'm worried about these bottom 3 couples because I'm like, "Who's leaving?" You know?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a good bottom three.
it's a
It's
good
chocolate.
bottom 3 of, like, people you don't want to see go home,
Mhm.
but yeah, and then Justine telling Tyreek, and he was like, I'm done making you breakfast," and he was like, "The crazy part is you think I'm kidding?"
Yeah,
And I'm not kidding.
he
I'm
was
about to
so
make
dead
breakfast
serious.
for, like, I'm dead ass.
That was good. Yeah, Andrea, she handled the news well. It was like Josh thought she was gonna freak out, but she didn't. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, I don't know. I thought they really liked each other, but in this episode, I'm not so sure. Like, do you think that Josh really does like Justine? That something might really happen there?
No. No, I think
No.
Josh is into Andrea and Andrea is into Josh, but they are a slow burn.
Hmm.
We're not seeing anything really happen with them, so
No. I think they're just nervous to act like they wanna be together, not being in a couple together, right?
yeah.
Because it is risky, because then you will get voted out, so it
Mhm.
feels like everyone thinks too hard, right? Which is what we see on Perfect Match too, on these second round people. They know exactly how the audience is gonna feel, and they know how to play to certain things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would on Love Island, they're literally just there for love. So they're just being real, because why wouldn't you be? Because that's all you're there for. I mean, that you do
Right.
win too, but you're there for a lot longer, and you have way more of a shot of developing an actual love connection. So it just feels like, I don't know. Do you feel like any couples are like genuinely liking each other besides Johnny? I think Johnny and Andreina are, but
I think it's physical, and again, I don't think obviously we're starting to see that break down because Johnny doesn't like her as much as she likes him. He's already thinking
mhm.
about the gaming portion of it. So, no, I don't think that we do. Like we had Lucinda and Mert where I think there was a genuine physical connection there, but we don't really have any romantic couples right now. Everybody's kind of in a friendship couple. So,
Yeah, I wrote down after Kendall and Garby's dance, and Andrea was like, "It's so creative." You know that meme that's like, "Everybody's so creative." It's so funny.
yeah, it's like it
That's
wasn't
what I wrote.
sexy, but it was creative.
Yeah, so funny. Obviously, we saw Isaiah's ex come out, Sydney. He was wearing a clown costume to see his ex,
He
poor guy.
looked so distraught, like, everything about his dynamic just he was like a stiff little board. He was like,
Yeah. He knows she's got the tea on him, and she's about to come in and spill it. I don't know if anyone like, I don't think that would change anyone's opinion about him. I don't even know who likes him, to be honest. Selin is gone, so I don't
"Yeah,
know if he
who
has
does
any
like him?"
connections. I don't think he's got anyone right now, so she might be his only shot at a connection. So,
That's true. Oh, maybe Lucinda. Maybe Lucinda will go for him. I don't
yeah,
know.
that'd be a good couple.
Yeah.
The male bombshell, do you know his name? He's from
I've
Love is
seen
Blind
him
or Love
before.
Island France.
I've seen him before, and I didn't watch Love Island France, and so I don't know if he was on Games. Was he on Games last year? I don't know. He might have been, but also he kind of looks like do you watch Keenan and Kel?
Yes.
No. So he kinda looks
The good burger, right?
yeah, he
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
looks like Kel.
Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't even honestly, I couldn't tell you what I didn't even notice, because I was so focused on the Sydney Isaiah of it all. At this point, I just want them to bring people's exes. I don't care about random people. I'm like,
yeah,
if you don't
that's
have an ex in here, we don't wanna see you, because it's messy and I like it.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. She was like, "Some chats need to be have." He didn't say a damn word. He was just in there
Yeah.
like, it was really crazy to see his whole demeanor change. I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I think they had a very messy breakup, so that will be interesting to see play out. And then so Isaiah and Nicola are the power couple?
Interesting
Shocking.
because shocking because I was like, "Okay, Nicola's dance was cute." Again,
Mhm.
creative and cute. I didn't find her I think maybe people were surprised by what she did because she's so sweet and, like,
Yeah.
she's pouring water on her ass and, like, doing her little offbeat twerk. I did hear that during the heart rate challenge, they don't get music. So, imagine doing all of that with dead silence.
So awkward. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention KK trying to do Huda's move with
Oh
the
my god! I have that written down. I said KK, Chris doing the same move he did with Huda. Didn't execute.
no. Like she said Chris was not holding the legs right, so we'll blame Chris, but it was not giving Huda, that's for sure. She's
It looked
professional.
like he was holding it in the same place to me, like, at the waist, but I
Yeah.
get it if you constrict the thighs a little too much, because all the motion's in the thighs, and
Yeah.
if you constrict the thighs too much, it ain't gonna shake, so
Did he call it pussy curtains? That's what he
he
said.
did.
Okay, that's what my
I think
caption said.
yeah, I think he called it pussy curtains or something, and I think it was just trying to get some shock value, but again,
Yeah.
because it's a challenge and because you're a power couple, they were all very like, "We're not gonna we're not gonna
Yeah.
get our heart rate up." So if you're, like, consciously being
Yeah, staying calm.
like, staying calm, it's like, it's not really fair, you know?
Did you think Chris was trying to avoid, like, kissing people with his whole, like, taking his sweet ass time dragging the girls over to the other area and then, like, "Oh, the time ran out," and he didn't really do much to them? That's what I thought too. He was like, "Okay, I don't really wanna kiss these people, so I'm just gonna carry them and put them over here."
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what do you think's gonna happen in the next episode? Obviously, we saw the preview with them laying out all the photos. I don't know who I would. I mean, a whole couple probably
Putting
won't go home, right?
anybody on a duel against Chris, I mean, I guess you don't know what the duel is gonna be,
Yeah, imagine it's like a puzzle or something or
but
some
you know what I
non-physical
will
thing.
say is, like, last year, the duels were, like, kinda like, it was very much like how Andrina and Lucinda's were,
Oh,
like,
okay, like
it's like
physical.
standing on a beam and, like, you gotta knock somebody off, like, whoever gets knocked off the most, things like that. Pretty sure, like, that's how a lot of the duels were physical, so that would not be fair to put
No.
Chris against anyone.
Was there ever any like wall challenges where you have to like stand against a wall, those type? Because they do those on Big Brother a lot, and everybody on Big Brother knows if you're a big person, you always fail at those. The small
I
people
don't know.
always
I'm hoping that because they know they have Chris on there and he's a professional athlete and he's stronger than everybody, that maybe they will do something like that. Like, I would imagine it might be hard for Chris to do anything with balance or
yeah. Yeah, what
yoga.
if
I don't know.
imagine if it's just like dunking baskets or something, Chris versus Josh. Poor Josh. He would not have a hope. So I hope they try to find a way to make it fair. But I don't know if they already have it planned out or they're going on the fly because I feel like that would be cheating a little bit, but then you put a professional athlete on there, like it's hard to make it
So
fair for everybody. So
I think, because they're doing individual duels, I don't think that I don't think a couple's gonna go home. I think an
no.
individual's gonna go home, and I
Mhm.
think it's gonna be Andrina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that. Would it be a girl or a guy? Or we don't know based off of what's
I
happened
think
so
it
far.
might be one girl and one guy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a couple.
The same couple.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, it might not like, if, say, Johnny wins his duel against whoever, like, who's in the bottom? Chris, Johnny, and
Chris, Johnny, is Josh? I thought Josh was. No.
no, Toby.
Oh, right, right. Toby and Andrea. Andrea.
So,
I'll
yeah,
never
I
get
think
that right.
between Andrea, KK, and Andreina's gonna go home, and then out of the bottom, I think Toby's gonna go home. That's how he got sent home
Yeah.
last time, was a duel. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what happens and what happens with Sydney and Isaiah. That'll be interesting. And I hope they keep the X's coming because that's what we want to see. So,
Yep, bring in Keenan.
yes, that would be so good. Wait, someone else mentioned an X too. That would be so good. And I can't remember what it was in our comments, but I was like, oh, we didn't even think of that. Maybe Justine's ex. That is it, Jack, or is that his name? Something
That
like
would be
that.
a good
But
one.
mhm.
That would
Pretty
be
much any X's would be good.
any ex Rob, but we know Rob wouldn't do it.
No, he's gonna be on Traders. So,
Yeah.
well, should we get into the Real Housewives of London,
Let's do
season 1,
it.
episode 6? So obviously we pick up with that. I don't know what it was, a tea, a brunch, an outdoor picnic. It was a picnic, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The aftermath of the picnic and
The aftermath of the Ozempic and alcoholic
yeah.
effect.
Yeah, she's been on Ozempic for 5 years, so I'm like, "Okay, it must be pretty safe then, she's still kicking," so that's a good advertisement for Ozempic.
Good advertisement.
Yeah, look at her, she's still going strong, so it must be fine, but, so the new Juliet, I don't know if they're calling them initials, I think I heard someone use initials at this point, but American Juliet was crying. She's very upset about Amanda saying she doesn't know her. I don't know that I would let this bother me so much. I would just be like, "Alright, we don't know each other," like, who she's
Like,
I don't
screw
know why she's
you.
so yeah, she's very emotional about it. So I don't know what that's all about. But Karen and Panthea have another fight. I don't know why. Like they were in the clear, and Panthea just can't help herself.
Yes, Panthea is definitely the problem. She just kind of
Yeah,
attacks unprovoked, and the things that she says does seem weird. Like, you are You are throwing out what you think me and my husband are worth, something I
Mhm,
never shared with you, so clearly you Googled it, and then say your husband can't stand you. You never met her husband, you know what I mean?
mhm.
And then to say you're jealous of mine and my husband's relationship, and it kinda seems like you're projecting, girl, like
Yeah. Yeah, because 'cause we've seen Panthea with her husband, and they seem fine, but it's not I wouldn't really be like, "That's a relationship to be jealous of." I mean, they all seem to have similar marriages, so I thought that was
yeah,
weird, but
to
I
be
mean
honest, Karen seemed really cute with her husband. They're all giddy, they're all laughing, they're all, to me, very, very look very cute and happy together. And, she's just like, I could still like just spend whatever she says. She says something sweet. I was like, okay, yeah, if my man had $450 million, I'd
I was gonna say, I don't blame the ladies for being jealous of Karen. I feel like that's a fair assessment. If your man has hundreds of millions of dollars, you can't come close to that. So
and he's
I
in love
don't.
with you and they're cutesy
Mhm.
cutesy.
I feel like they kind of had like more friends vibes, though. No, but I mean, once you're in your, he's 68, right? So I don't know what. Obviously, you're not gonna be all over each other and making out at dinner. So I
Yeah,
thought,
I mean, it's good that they have even a friend vibe, you know what I mean? Because
yeah,
most couples, when they marry, they don't even like each other at that point, but I thought they were
right,
very cute, you know? So for
yeah.
Panthea to attack her like that and be like, "Your husband can't stand you, that's why he's not here," and then to accuse her of being jealous of Panthea and her husband, like, where are you getting your information?
I know, I don't get it, and I think, like, they don't even have some sort of weird age gap relationship, like, he's 68, she's 50, like, it seems like a normal marriage, so I don't know, it seems like Panthea just had nothing better to say except for, "Your husband can't stand you," and we can
It
clearly
came
see.
out of nowhere, like, how did Amanda and old girl's fight become about us? Like
I feel like Panthea just can't help but have the attention off of her, and she just wanted like, she knew that this whole picnic scene was gonna be all about the other fight, and she just wanted to make sure she got a little screen time because that's what it
yeah,
was
I
giving to
do
me.
think she's jealous of Karen, like, she has some type of weird obsession with her, so
She really does, like, it's excessive at this point, so I don't know what's going on there, but,
yeah.
we got to meet Juliet's husband, Gregor, which is a funny
I
name,
thought
I
they
don't know
were
what.
cute too. I thought they were really cute, how he was like, "I know how this works, like, y'all are gonna be
Yeah.
friends," and he was really asking her, like, "Well, what did you say to, like, set her off?" You know? And I think
Uh-huh.
to the bottom of it, it was the white witch comment, but she is lethal. Amanda is
Yeah.
lethal. It's like what's scary about it is, like, she's so calm
Mhm.
and,
You
like
don't
but
see
she's
it coming.
spewing fire, like, right?
Yeah.
Like, out of off her tongue, like, but she's so like, she has no expression in her face, and she just,
Mhm.
out there, like, throwing daggers. I'm like,
Yeah, when they showed, like, the
"Serial killer."
replay of all the stuff that she said was so funny. But, yeah, I thought, Juliet's husband was smart in the way he was instead of just listening and being like, "Oh, yeah, that she's crazy, that sucks," he was like, "Yeah, what did you do, and what could have set her off, and that doesn't sound right, like, something else must have happened." So, I think sometimes you need those people in your life that actually, like, hold you accountable or make you, like, think, like, because
Mhm.
you can only control your own behavior, right? You can't control someone else's. So he got her to look inward and be like, "Well, what did I do to contribute to this?" And calling
Right.
her a white witch might have been a little too much. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
just a bit. I thought Panthea maybe answered all of our questions with her doctor visit because definitely sounds like I don't think she's in perimenopause. I would think that would be menopause because
her
she's
mom was like,
50,
"You
right?
just got spoiled brats. You're just a
Oh my gosh, her mom is so funny.
Yeah. She was like,
Yeah.
"You're just a spoiled brat," but
Yeah, I don't know yeah, if she's always been like that, you can't really blame menopause then, right? So
yeah, but then her mom was like, also, like, her mom's like one of those like, "Karen's obsessed with you," like invalidating all her delusions.
I was shocked when she was telling her mom, and then, yeah, the mom went in on Karen. I'm like, "You don't even know her, like, leave her alone." They're obsessed with her, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so funny. Her mom
Yeah.
is funny though.
I thought so, Amanda met up with the other Juliet, right? With the dogs. They had this little chat about the famous dogs I don't even know what they were talking about. The dogs are famous in Belgravia or something. Is that what she said?
Yeah, like, I mean, it sounds like the dogs have done a lot of work, like, commercially, you
I'm
know?
like,
So,
is it mean if I say I didn't think the dog was that cute?
ah,
It's
all dogs are cute. I don't know which one you're thinking about, but I'm
the
like,
little
which
the
one
white dog. Yeah, okay. I love dogs, and most dogs I find very cute. But there's just something about those white, wiry haired dogs that get the little crusties in their eyes. That's what that dog was. And I was like, this is just not my favorite kind of
this is
dog.
not
But
my
is
favorite
that
kind of dog, type of dog, yeah.
what kind of dog is that? Is it a poodle?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
There's just something about those that I'm like, I don't know. They must be cute in the UK because it's a model dog. It's on magazines and it's famous. So,
Yeah.
but most dogs are very cute. You're right.
Most dogs
Just
are very cute, but yeah, that cafe was cute too. I love a little, dog cafe that has, like, food for
yes.
dogs and stuff, yeah, a dog
I
menu.
didn't know that was a thing until this summer. We went to Victoria and there's this little town called Sydney and they had a restaurant. We went on the patio and my parents had their dog and I said, "Can we bring the dog?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we have a pup patio." They had a dog menu. They had little dog beds. The whole thing was set up for dogs. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. They had like,
Oh, love that. I but
yeah,
there's a lot of places in LA like that to where they have, like, a dog menu, and
it's so
you can
cute.
just take your dogs there, especially in
Yeah, I
Orange
don't know if we
County.
have that where I live, but we
Yeah,
don't have a dog right now. My kids want one really bad, but I'm like, okay, we just got out of babies and toddlers. So I said like 4 more years, so we'll see.
okay.
But we have no family here, so we don't even have anyone to, like, watch the kids ever, so I'm like, "We have a dog and we wanna go away, like, we don't even have someone to watch the dog." Maybe, like, a friend, but that's a lot to ask,
Yeah,
so, couple
yeah,
more years.
yeah. So what did you think of Juliet and Amanda's talk?
I thought Juliet was doing a good job, sort of like the other Juliet's husband of, like, trying to sort of point out, like, what you could have done wrong because Amanda just was not having it, but I did feel like it answered a little bit of why Amanda's so nervous to have Juliet around because it sounds like I don't know if this is what she was trying to say, but the other woman that they had this falling out with is bisexual, and she was sort of alluding to the fact that like they had had a romantic relationship because they were always fighting like a romantic partner would, not a friend. So, do you think Juliet has some secrets on Amanda and that's why she's so panicked?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
absolutely. But you would think that if someone had secrets on you, you'd be nice.
Yeah. She's
You
not going about it very well.
gives it it's a lot easier for me to just spill your shit.
Totally, and it makes so much more sense now because 'cause I'm like, "Why does she care that this girl's coming around? If you're not friends with her anymore, you're not friends." Just be like, "Okay, we sort of fell out of touch." But the fact that they had had such a disagreement and she texted her and was like, "I don't need your friendship," I'm like, "Something must have gone down." So it's more of like the way it sounds is like you have explained before when you break up with someone and you don't want to be their friend and you don't want your friend to be their friend, like that's what it was giving. Not like
Yeah,
you can't be her friend
yeah.
because I'm not her friend. It was more like we're broken up now and you can't talk to her now. So
Yeah,
it
it's
filled
just
in a lot of blanks.
lovers. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which good for her. I don't know why I mean, it's their own business to spill obviously, but I wish that she would just admit it. I think that would be cool. Like, "Yeah, so I
Yeah,
had a female lover and now I don't."
it would, but also, like, man, Amanda is she's something. Like, the way she was talking to Juliet and, like, you've already made up your mind, so be gone." Like, just so dismissive. Like, Juliet was like, at the barbecue or whatever, not the barbecue, the picnic, like, she was like,
Yeah.
"I know she had that side to her, and I think now she's seeing."
Mhm. You don't
Like,
wanna
this
be
is
on
how
her
she
bad side.
is with everybody, like, you don't wanna be on her bad side because the stuff she was saying to Juliet, which obviously we didn't see the remainder of the fight, but it's not looking like it's going in a good direction.
No, it feels like she cannot take any criticism at all or, like, admit to her part in things, which is not gonna go well in Housewives world, right? Because then these
Yeah.
little fights become big fights, and they get continued the whole season. Because yeah, this is the second thing now where she's just, like, won't hear any other opinions. She's like, "I'm right, and if you aren't on my side, then you're against me,"
Then
basically,
you're
so
against me. Yep, and F
mhm.
off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very dramatic, it's giving good Housewives material. We like it when they are messy like this. So
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't have a preview for next week, which I'm
Yeah,
like,
I didn't see
hmm.
it. I know, but I'm looking forward to seeing how that fight ends because I'm like because I do
Hmm.
feel like Juliet was being so rational, like, she is just trying to get you to see both sides. She's saying, "You're not being honest about this," obviously, because she has seen Juliet's receipts,
Yeah,
Julie number two's receipts, and she's like, "That's not true, that's not true. You said this," and she couldn't even admit to the things she said, so it's like, you can't really have a conversation with that, where you gotta play back everything in their head, like, oh, because then in one breath, it sounds like Amanda's kind of upset that, Juliet she probably started trying it sounds like to me like maybe started pulling back a little bit once she realized, like, she was asking her to make so many videos for her skincare product because she felt like she was
mm,
taking advantage, and Juliet feels like, "Oh, you ditched me during a time of need or because you didn't wanna do me this favor anymore, and now it's
yeah,
like, F you," so
yeah. I thought that was a little strange that she was asking her to do all of those videos. Like, you would know your friend, like, that's how she makes her money, and it sounds like Julia has made, like, a big I've never, like, looked at her Instagram, but she must have a big following and does that for, like,
yeah.
a job. So, I think to ask a friend to post your product one time would be fine, but, like, to
Yeah,
constantly
absolutely.
ask for videos and they take a lot of work, right?
Like,
So
tell me about it.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you know more than anyone. So you can't spend your day making videos for free, but then also I think a good friend would probably offer that, right? Like, I can make a video of your product and she wouldn't make such a big deal of it. If it was only 2 videos, right? I don't know. The way Julia was acting like it was, oh, so much, but then she really only showed receipts for 2 times she asked. So we don't know the whole story
But
because
maybe
maybe
she asked her maybe she did continue ask her, but also, Amanda, you have tons of money, like, at least
yes.
pay her for her services, like, if that's what she
Yeah.
does for a job.
I wonder if she sent her, like, a bunch of product and kind of assumed she would make a video, and then she didn't, and that's where those calls came in sort of like, "Okay, like, can you do something with it?" But you can't just send someone free stuff and assume you will get product. I know I see sometimes brands complaining that they get reached out to for free stuff from influencers, but I'm like, "You have no idea how many times" I don't know if this happens to you, but you'll get reached out to and they want you to post something or make a video just because 'cause they're gonna send you something, and you're like
Yeah,
so it's
all the time.
works both ways, right?
All
Yeah,
the
they
time.
think
I'm not gonna make my especially if it's a product that I don't even use. Like, if it's
mhm,
natural products that I use, then you naturally make a video about it, but I probably get more requests to do gifted collabs than
yeah.
anything, and I'm like, "No."
Yeah, so when I see brands, like, complain about that, I'm like, "Well, influencers or content creators get asked to do that all of the time and to put in work and time with this following that they have built, and all they're getting is a free product, which maybe they didn't even really want anyways, right? So they don't really look at it from the other side. I know some people are like, "Influencers, they're so entitled and blah, blah," but people sometimes put in a full 40 hours or more a week on their content. So it's like they have built the
It's a
following and you
full-time
have a
job.
product.
Me and you know it firsthand even just with the podcast. It
Yeah.
is a full-time job, so you have
I know
to respect people's time.
I met a mom this week at a birthday party and then we were at the same park. So we were chatting. And I don't like to talk about this. I don't know why. It's like my secret double life that I live. So, but I'm getting annoyed with myself lately for being like, oh, I don't really have, like, I'm just home with my kids or I'm not working because I'm like, I literally put so many hours a day into this now. And we, we're growing and building and it's finally like a real thing. So I gotta stop saying that because people are thinking, like, what the hell does this girl do with her time? And I'm like, I have a thing. It's
I
hard to
just don't wanna
explain.
tell you about it
Yeah.
yet. I have this really cool thing.
It is so
I
hard
say
to
it, I
explain.
always feel a little cringy saying, content creator, I don't know why, but I'm
Mhm.
always like, content creator and podcast host.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Podcast feels more of like a job, but also I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't know,
versus
can
like
grown-ups
and
say
some
that?
people will be like, everybody has a podcast." So I always be like, "Oh, yeah, like, I'm a co-host of a reality TV podcast, and we've reached number 15 on Spotify." So, it's not like we play, like,
Okay, the way
yeah,
you say it sounds so much better.
like,
I
I'm
should
like, "Yeah,
stop.
I co-host a reality TV podcast, that's been, that hit number 15 on the reality and TV film chart." So
Yeah,
if they don't know, so they know like, oh, okay, so it's not
a
just
real
like a
thing.
hobby.
Yeah, I'm out here being like, it's dumb. It's reality TV. You wouldn't want to know about it. I can't explain it. Anyways, like let's change the subject.
Yeah, don't dumb down what you're doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because and I used to find myself doing that a lot when I
Uh-huh.
first started doing content on reality TV because I'm like nobody like respects this or like cares about
Mhm.
it, but it's like there's literally millions of people that care about it, which is why both of
Mhm.
us have a platform, right? That's why
Yeah.
you're able to
Well,
build
that's why
reality
I loved
quickly,
that's
you know?
yeah, that's why I loved creating my community on my page because my husband's a lawyer. I've been with him for 18 years, so I've been with him the whole time he went to law school. So a lot of the friends we made are lawyers and in that like law community, right? So when we have them come over for dinner, a lot of our friends are really nice, but there's a few that are a little more like if I say I'm doing a reality TV podcast, they're like, "Oh, I only listen to like CBC ones that
I
teach
don't
you
have
things." And
time to watch
Ye
reality TV.
I get a lot of that. I don't have time to watch TV, and I'm like, I don't either, but somehow we make it work. So, yeah, it's more of like some of the friends, but then I do have friends that are like, "That's so cool," and they're into it too. So you just
And
gotta
it's
find the
okay
right
because a lot of
crowd.
like high profile people doctors, lawyers, like that is how they release, right? That's how they
Yeah.
love watching reality TV because they can turn their brain off, they could focus. It's how they like to relax, you know?
Oh,
So,
yeah. I'm pretty sure there's been studies out there that said, like, the most intelligent people watch reality TV. It's like a social experiment, right? It's a social study, and you have to be intelligent to understand all these little settings that they're in and these emotions they're having and these conflicts and these situations. And
yeah.
yeah, so everyone listening, we obviously all love reality TV, and some of the smartest people I know love it. It's only the few that are like, find it embarrassing, and they probably are secretly watching Love Is Blind when I'm not
You know,
looking,
and
so
you know what is going to be the greatest joy is they, they'll, take their little digs now or whatever and consider it embarrassing. But what won't be embarrassing is when you sign a multi-million dollar publishing deal that makes more than their little law firm. Okay. Like you could be like,
we got big dreams here.
yeah, and do and will hit them, so that's what
I
would
love
be
it.
funny when it'd be like, actually, our little podcast could use an attorney. Are you available? Right.
I always I always think of that after, like, when someone's saying, like, a little dig to you and you're just like, "Okay," and then, like, 2 days later, you're like, "Oh, I should have said this. It would've been so funny." So then I'm like, "I'm gonna say it next time," and then
I
I
gotta
forget
say that next
again,
time that
so
bitch says that to me.
yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I mean, we love it, we have fun, that's really all I care about. So
Yeah,
it's just more, I usually in life I'm not always meeting new people all the time, but when your kids are in school, I feel like you are because you're at pickup and you're at birthday parties. And so it's just a natural question now that comes up and I'm like, oh damn it, I need to think of a cool way to explain it. Cause being
yeah,
like podcaster, I'm sure they're like, what are you talking about? It's so weird.
yeah. And you know
Media
what? What's
mogul, let's
understood
say
doesn't
that.
have to be explained, but I get it because I used to do the same thing. Like, I used to be like, "Oh, well, I don't wanna say influencer. I don't wanna say content creator. What do I say? Do I say cultural journalist? Do I
Mhm.
say" and then at one point, I was just saying, "I work with brands. I work and help I work with brands and I help, like, do sponsored content for
Yeah.
brands on TikTok and Instagram,
Mhm.
because that's basically content creator, right? Like, so
Yeah. I feel like most people get it now, like it's the same people that act like, screen time and kids shouldn't use phones and stuff. And I agree there should be rules about that, but it's also like this is the way of the world now. Kids aren't really learning handwriting because no one's using that anymore. Like everything is
yeah,
digital now. And so you have to sort of keep up with the times. And people back when they invented cars, I'm sure were like, well, what about the horses? What are they going to do? But you eventually have to adopt the new way, right? And
yeah.
things adjust. So this is, it feels weird now, but I feel like even in 10 years from now, it'll be more normal, right? Like there's so many podcasters already, but it's only just going to keep growing and growing and
But that's
growing.
why
So
people like to discredit it, right? Is
yeah.
because they just like to discredit something that they don't understand, but it's okay. One day you won't even have to freaking explain it because they're gonna see the freaking podcast pop up on their phone and be like, "Hey, that's that girl. That's that girl he didn't pick up with. Why does her husband pick up the kids now all the time?"
I don't know that I could ever trust him to do that, but thankfully this job allows us to do a little bit of both. So it works
Yeah,
out. It
yeah,
fits into our schedule. So
yeah,
yeah, we have fun. So,
yeah,
and you guys make it fun. So thanks for listening to us for so long. I mean, it's only been 8 months. Tomorrow is our 8-month anniversary, but we're having a good time. So
yeah. We are. That's crazy. We're
yeah,
gonna have a
it's
big
gonna,
party on our 1 year.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. Any other thoughts about the ladies? Oh, I was gonna say Ladies of London, but that's a whole other show that apparently is coming back too. Bravo is bringing back that one. So
Nope, no thoughts. Just more Love Island games tonight.
every night it's on, except
Okay.
for tomorrow. Wednesday is the break. So yes, well, thanks for listening. If you haven't given us a review and you want to give us a nice one, we would love that. And subscribe and like and all that fun stuff. Follow our Instagram. We always put a little extra tidbits on there if we can't get it onto here. So yeah, we'll be back with our Love is Blind France, the wedding episodes tomorrow. I'm super excited for that. So
Yes.
we'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys.